Alright guys, HyDra here, and I hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far, with the players getting more time on the beta, Shotzzy, HyDra, Dashy among others giving their perspective on the crazy movement which we continue to see in Black Ops 7 so far. Shotzzy getting slammed by the wall bouncing mechanic last night in a pretty remarkable way. Makes you wonder what this upcoming season is going to look like, and whether some of these movements are simply way too powerful given the way that they are designed right now. What do you guys think in the comments below? Lots of other drama on the day as well. Very much on Twitter your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. Plenty to get into. I wanted to start here because, you know, Scump dropped those 8 nukes on day 1. Now, Nadeshot on the first day of the beta was having a pretty difficult time, but last night I think he turned up and dropped like quite a few nukes as well. Now look, Nadeshot was a former pro. Obviously he can still spawn into a lobby and drop a nuke, right? Like, the guy is pretty good at COD. But it's been interesting. I know that there's been lots of discussion, the reason why I'm mentioning this, about whitelisted accounts, right? So the idea is that if you or I spawn into some of these lobbies, skill-based matchmaking will kick in and you're going to be at a sweatfest, right? You've got to use the best guns to even have a chance. Sometimes you watch the streams of the streamers and you'll see that they're playing in lobbies that you might not feel like you get yourself, right? So there's been lots of talk about this. Now look, these guys are generally different level, right? Like, you watch Scump play, whatever, like, it is different gravy. But at the same time, people are maybe understandably suspicious that some of these lobbies look a bit too good to be true. The guys on the other team are just walking around, they're not shooting back, you know, like, what's going on? Where are these guys in my lobby, right? Now sometimes that can happen with a 6-man stack. You spawn in with your full party and it's very plausible that skill-based matchmaking doesn't really know how to handle it, so you end up getting put into worse lobbies. That can happen. But I think Nadeshot was playing a little bit, I mean, certainly there have been accounts anyway, playing a bit of solo queue, still getting into these lobbies that feel a little bit too good to be true. So I don't know what you guys think about it. It's a bit of a theory that's going around right now that some of these creator accounts are getting whitelisted so that, I mean, like, it's a bit cheese, but like, it makes sense, right? Like, if I'm the devs, if I can make sure that the biggest streamers are having a fantastic time because they're getting put into some bot lobbies, they're dropping nukes, they're loving the game, they're giving great reviews about the game because they're having a great time on the game, everyone watching them is like, damn, this looks so much fun, look at him go, he's dropping all this stuff. You know, it's cynical, but it is very plausible, I think, that that might be going on to a certain extent. So drink your thoughts on that in the comments below. I know there's been plenty of talk about it over the last 48 hours. Now, Parasite, he talks about his issues with the beta. Dexterity is definitely a crutch perk, like, that is true. But Dexterity was also a crutch perk back in Black Ops 2 as well. And I know that, yeah, I don't really hate crutch perks. Like, it's not ideal, obviously. Let's say Black Ops 2, Toughness was the ultimate crutch pack. You literally had to use Toughness or you were getting slammed. There was no other way to do it. They did eventually build Toughness into the game so you don't flinch as much, which was good, but, you know, having an absolute crutch perk, was it completely the end of the world? Not always, not necessarily, but, you know, there is talk about that if you need to use Dexterity, it does affect things to a degree. He talks about the handling, he talks about the doors, and he talks about skill-based matchmaking, but maybe that doesn't apply to some. Now, speaking of the doors, they are considering changes. So fair play to Treyarch. A couple of days into the beta, they came out with an assessment and they say this: while there are no manual doors in Black Ops 7, only 5 of our 16 6v6 maps at launch will have automatic doors. With that said, we are looking closely at the community discussion around doors on our beta maps and evaluating our launch and post-launch portfolio of maps. Portfolio of maps, I love it. Now, just quickly, what do you guys think in terms of door rankings? Because no doors, to me, is best, right? 0 doors. Best case scenario. I don't know why the devs, they just love doors. They just love doors, the devs. Now, step 2 is, I think, automatic doors that can be seen through, right? Like, I think the Black Ops 4 doors on Arsenal, that you can see the guy, if you shoot the door, it opens, right? Like, I think that's okay. Then you've got manual doors. Now, I'm not sure which one I prefer here, because manual doors, I really don't like them, but I think they might be better than automatic doors that you can't see through. Like, the automatic doors you can't see through are so cooked, like, in this game right now. They are actually so cooked. at least with a manual door, you get some control over when you open or close it or whatever, and you can creep it and actually do some interesting things with. And the bloody doors make noise as well. So, you know, I think in terms of tier list, if I have to have doors, I want them automatic and transparent. But if please just no doors, that'd be better. So I think it should be possible on these maps to do something about it. They have said that there are options here. So they're looking to making the following changes, forcing specific automatic doors to remain open from the start of the match, which you could say just all of them should be open, or certainly more of them should be, increasing how long automatic doors remain open before they close, increasing the distance a player needs to be from the door before it will automatically open. Players can still shoot automatic doors to open them. So I think that third one's also kind of key, because if someone's just posted up on a heady and I want to run through this door, if I've got to get close to the door to even see the guy, I'm dead before I know it, right? Whereas if I can be a little bit further away, then maybe there's still a chance I can open the door and still get to cover, right? So there's some things they've got to think about. Changes they're considering for launch, evaluating a potential reduction of the number of doors across our entire map portfolio. While some doors may make sense to remove, others may bring about new issues, opening unintended lines of sight. Here we go, they actually don't use that term. They say undesired lines of sight. We will share more details as we have them. And then I think the final bit is also interesting, which is absolutely should be a thing, and the ability to disable automatic doors in private match for competitive testing. So that should also be something to think about. It's good that Treyarch are listening on this. I know that many would say, oh, come on, like, why do we even need doors in the first place? But at least they're being proactive in their response to the community on this one. So enjoy your thoughts in the comments. But let's talk about the movement and the way that the beta's gone. So Shotzzy finally got himself onto the beta. Here he is spawning into Imprint. He hits a wall bounce and falls straight off the map. Now, there has been a bit of talk about Imprint because it was talked about as being one of the more competitively viable maps. I do like a bit of a snow map. This is not, it's far from my favourite snow map that we've had in COD, or certainly not even from a Treyarch game, of course. Is it terrible? I don't think it's terrible. I think it's, you know, I think it's better than some, but Scump doesn't agree. He reckons it's awful. Nadeshot says there's no way they let it in for various reasons, just because like some things on the map that he's not such a big fan of. I don't know if Imprint's going to make it into competitive. It's one of those maps which might end up being kind of borderline, but it's something that Scump and Shotzzy and the others have been talking about over the last few days as to whether it's really the way to go. Scump actually thinks it's the worst map in the beta right now, which is definitely a controversial opinion, but intrigued to your thoughts on that in the comments. But a couple of clips I've got to share here, certainly with the movement on this. Now, it is worth keeping in mind, if you have the Enforcer Specialist, right? So if you get a number of kills in a row, you unlock using Specialist all of the Specialists or whatever, and you have the Specialist. I mean, there's so many things that are called Specialist. Basically, if you unlock the Enforcer, when you get a kill, it allows you to move even faster. So you're actually flying around the map here. Now, maybe this could be disabled in competitive, but I think it's actually kind of cool. I mean, but it does make you a literal super soldier in terms of your movement speed. That's what we're seeing here. Like some of the stuff that HyDra does in this clip and what happens to Shotzzy, we'll see in a second. I mean, that's such an outrageous kill. A lot of this is helped by this Enforcer thing, which lets you move even faster than you would normally after you get a kill. So there is a little bit of super soldier activity going on in these clips, but it doesn't mean that this stuff isn't possible anyway.
But I don't know. This map layout could be competitive too. Am I just fucking super hopium copium, or?
I don't know, bro. These guys are gonna see the movable like object on the right side, like the fucking.
No, they actually are. That platform. They're gonna see that platform.
Yeah, that platform. There's no way they'll let this in.
Wait, does it move or no?
Yes, it moves up and down, I think.
Oh, they'll probably just turn off the dynamic map element.
Well, then how are you gonna get up from that side of the map?
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
You gotta be able to wall run over here.
Maybe I should see it before I judge it.
I'm getting my scopes.
You can.
Thoughts on the new snow map? I honestly think it's probably the worst map right now.
Oh, I want McDonald's.
Imprint? I think it's the worst map right now. Just too much wall bounce. Too much wall bounce.
Has to be that. Is that this?
Oh yeah,
wait,
Camo, they're not
look,
seeing
look,
you, bro.
Look.
Oh shit. Okay, nah. Yo, wait, that guy just got sunned. Am I tripping? This guy just got sunned.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. Yeah, your POV locked. Yeah, they probably think you're insane. They're like, what the fuck, bro? This guy's Spider-Man, bro. Bro, you just went from the left side of the wall, then you jetpacked higher, bro. There's like, holy shit, this guy's fucking Spidey.
Hey, you got two.
Yo, I just shit on this guy.
How do I lose this gunfight, bro? I gotta watch this shit.
Losing B.
Oh, fuck. Got it.
We're losing Charlie.
God damn! God! I just shot the absolute bullshit.
I was trying to let you get the kill too. I was like, yo, he got it.
Securing B.
Holy fuck.
In Vegas. I'm not even trolling. I love Toronto, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my god, I got fucking shit on! Holy shit!
So this is the type of stuff that we're going to be seeing in the CDL this year, right? This guy gets a couple of kills, flies up, hits an insane wall bounce, and just guns Shotzzy totally out of control, right? And from his POV, it looks pretty crazy. But this is, look, if you were in this situation in Black Ops 3, you would probably do exactly the same thing, right? This is exactly what you would do. And it makes a lot of sense, right? When you're caught sprinting, you get out of the sprints by hopping on the wall, you bounce off the wall and gun the guy, right? I mean, from his POV, it looks pretty standard, right? It's like, oh, just another kill. But from Shotzzy's POV, this looks pretty wild. And look, okay, Shotzzy got this done to him. He will be doing it to other people over the course of the season. I mean, what are you really meant to do about this? Now, to be fair, I mean, look, Shotzzy gets the first shots in, right? Shotzzy, he shoots right about here, gets the first hit marker. Boats hasn't even hit the wall yet, but Boats hits the wall, bounces off it, and then is just absolutely unkillable at this point. I mean, I think Shotzzy only hit one bullet in that whole sequence, which is kind of crazy. There might be a little bit of lag comp going on there, and there might be a little bit of, as I say, the enforcer specialist thing that makes you move a little bit quicker. But still, this is pretty crazy. And there's also another one I wanted to share, which is this. So this is Zinni getting absolutely slammed by this guy. Now, I think this was entirely unintentional by Pickle Nick, or whatever the guy's name is. But look, he hits the slide, he's in a gunfight, he jumps, and then he bounces off the sky. And well, he doesn't bounce off the sky, but he bounces straight up to the stratosphere by accidentally wall bouncing backwards, basically. Now, I think this is very interesting. So the wall bounce mechanic, I think many of us expected it to be used, just as Zinni did at the end of the clip there. You hit a wall, you bounce off it, you've got to be using your current momentum, and it's got to maintain your current momentum, right? I think there is something to be said about the wall bouncing maintaining existing momentum, because that's what wall bouncing did in Black Ops 3. You could do it in kind of a similar way. It would always maintain your momentum. Whereas in this game, you can use the bouncing to actually totally change your momentum, which seems kind of outrageous on occasion. And I think especially in this case, is pretty wild, because this guy jumps backwards. I mean, I don't know. Should he be able to bounce off this wall and fly in the sky the other way? I mean, it doesn't make any sense, really, does it? Like, okay, maybe he kicked off the wall backwards somehow, but it's a really strange. This is really strange, and I know that people will say, "Oh, well, that's not going to be happening very often," and maybe it's not. But could you do? Like, I think this guy did it unintentionally. But could you do this intentionally if you got good enough at it? I mean, we're talking day 2 of the beta here, right? Like, imagine Shotzzy after a month or 2. He will be setting up gunfights to do this, right? Like, he will be channeling it like this. He will be channeling this gunfight on the back wall with the intention, if he does get in a gunfight, to hit the backwards wall bounce and fly into the sky and gun the guy. Like, that will be part of the game. And I don't know, the fact that we're seeing stuff like this, even unintentionally, be used so early on means that things are going to get pretty crazy this season, right? Things are going to get pretty crazy. So look, I expect this game to be very entertaining to watch. Is it going to be frustrating at times to play? I'm sure there's going to be some of that going on. But in terms of like an entertaining CDL season with effectively advanced movements, let's be honest, that is currently what we have here. So very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comments. We also had this other clip here with, well, Nadeshot, Scrap was talking and Nadeshot was like, look, please re-sign next year. I'll buy you a PC if you do. Time will tell on that one. But very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Take care. And I'll see you next time.